Midwest Box Trucking back. And in today's video, I want to go over 6 things that you must be able to do to be successful as a box truck owner operator. Okay, I know it's an influx of individuals looking to enter the box truck game or trucking in general. So I just want to put this out there as, set of tips of what to expect, to be successful as a box truck owner operator. So as usual, let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing you're going to need to be able to do to be successful as a box truck owner operator is you'll need to know how to operate your truck safely in various conditions under stressful circumstances. Okay, it's a lot of things that come up on the road. Trucking is unpredictable in general. So you need to be able to, deal with different situations that come up on the road, and operate your vehicle during those situations safely. Okay, you got your safety and other safety at, hand when you're operating this, bigger vehicle. So definitely you need to know how to operate your truck safely, even at some of the post offices and delivery points, they don't always design their parking lots to accommodate box trucks. So you need to know how to maneuver your vehicle, in these tight spots and different situations, and a lot of people don't take that into account. Everybody kind of looks at, the money they can make. They don't think about, safe operation of their vehicle, docking, undocking, stuff of that nature that you encounter, during trucking, not just driving in general on an open road, where it's pretty much easy. So that's just something I want you to take into account, when coming in. You must be able to operate your truck safely in various different conditions under stressful circumstances. You may even have stuff going on at home, when you left, and you had to get out and run a load, and your mind ain't where it should be, for you to drive. So this is stuff that will occur. Trust me. You'll have your days where you'll have issues, and it'll interrupt or attempt to interfere with your driving. And you gotta be aware of what's happening, and like I said, continue to stay safe out there on the road. So that's number one. Okay. Number 2 is, it ties directly into number 1. You must have patience. A lot of things occur, that's kind of out of your control. You got to be able to keep a cool head, and, perform in these different situations, So I base my business model off of patience, planning, and persistence, So the trucking game it's just a big weight game. You never know what's going to come up. Loads disappear, they come up missing, different things happen. So you got to be able to, just kind of take this stuff, and let it roll off your back and keep going. Some of the shippers may have attitudes. You may even, run into a sheriff or DOT, and end up in an inspection or something of that sort. So it's different things that are going to occur that are going to be out of your control. And you're going to know how to, like I said, just keep a cool head and, just deal with whatever comes your way and, move on about your day. You can't let everything get you bent out of shape, So that'll be number 2, okay? Number 3 is you must be on time, okay? This is going to, affect a lot of different things pertaining to your business. Brokers, shippers, people in general expect you to meet the time frames that they allot for, the delivery. So they don't want to hear a whole bunch of, hey, my truck broke down, or I ran into traffic, or, this, that, and the other. You're a box truck owner, operator. You're expected to show up at the allotted time frame, for the delivery. So once again, these brokers are not going to have a high tolerance for a lot of, this happened or that happened. It's going to come to a point where you're either not going to get calls, or you're going to get calls for the loads that other people don't want to run, when it's bad weather or it's a holiday or, stuff of that nature. You'll be that guy that they call, to run those loads. But the good loads, the high paying loads, you will not be trusted with. Okay, the same thing with Amazon. If you have a whole bunch of issues with, on time performance, you'll find yourself not seeing loads at all, or only seeing loads that the other owner operators don't pick. Okay, that's why the early access and stuff of that nature comes into play. When your performance starts to drop, they don't want people who can't be on time to, run high value loads, when they already know that you're more than likely going to be late. So that's something to take into account, when coming in. Can you learn how to be on time consistently? You can't be on time this day, late this day. Be on time this day, late this day. They're going to look at that as a person who is a habitual, tardy or late, company. They're not going to say, well, he was on time this day. No, they want you to be on time 95 to 100% of the time. They'll have some leeway after you've ran some loads. They kind of get to know you, and they realize, hey, something really came up today where this guy didn't end up, meeting the delivery time. But, doing that, on a regular basis is going to run you into a lot of problems. So as a box truck owner operator, you must be on time. Okay. And number 4, this is something that, I've talked about in the past. You must watch your numbers, your rate per mile, okay, your cost per mile, okay, your deadhead miles, okay. All of this needs to be, taken into account, with the runs you do, and, the rates you choose to accept. Okay, we need to be more on top of our numbers as box truck owner operators. Okay, you drive for a month or two, without focusing on numbers, and you can easily find yourself in the hole. Okay, and I'm just being straight with you. You will find yourself in the hole quickly. And at that point, most of the time, it's hard to get back out of that hole. You've already put more money in than you've made, or made minimal profit, to where it's not even worth, proceeding with your trucking company. And that's happened. So you got to be on top of those numbers. You got to know, your cost per mile. You got to drive for a decent rate per mile. You don't want to be driving for, you got to choose, what's best for your company. Okay. And what expenses, tie into why you choose whatever rate per mile to drive for. But me personally, I would say I wouldn't drive for less than $2 a mile, $1.90, bottom. I'm walking away, unless I'm in an area where I need to get out, and I will likely end up deadheading anyway. Okay, at that point, I would tell you to accept whatever you can to get out of that area. But if I'm at home and a broker calls me with a load for 172, I'm going to stay at home. I'm not driving for that, and I don't have to. Okay, so I'm not going to say don't ever take less than $2 per mile, but that's a situational thing. I'm not taking less than $2 per mile, on a regular basis just because. No, I'm not doing it. So that's that. You must be on top of your numbers, to be successful as a box truck owner operator. Okay. And number 5, you must constantly educate yourself and stay on top of DOT compliance. DOT compliance is ever changing. They add things in and take stuff out every year. It's going to be on you to educate yourself on, the ever changing processes and, different rules of DOT compliance. Okay. That stuff you got to know as a owner operator. You can't say, well, hey, I didn't know. That's going to lead you into receiving a huge fine. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, DOT don't want to hear that. They're coming looking for violations. So you sitting there and you telling them, well, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. Well, now you know, and you're going to take this fine now that I didn't informed you of what you should have known. So I'm just telling you, you must educate yourself and constantly stay on top of DOT compliance. This is something that can put you out of business like that. So you definitely want to stay on top of DOT compliance. A lot of people, I don't think, take this as serious as they should. And the day you run into that DOT officer, that's not going to give you a break, you'll understand why, this is something that's very important. So you must constantly educate yourself and stay on top of your DOT compliance. Okay. And number 6, you must pay your bills on time. Okay. In your personal affairs, bill collectors tend to be lenient, and give extensions or, give you, breaks on when you can pay or not pay bills. Insurance companies, financing companies, they are not going to tolerate this. Okay. You must pay your insurance on time. You're going to get one time to not pay your insurance. And then within 11 days, you're going to be canceled. Okay. Within those 11 days, they're going to alert the FMCSA that you're not in safety compliance because you're not carrying the required amounts of insurance. So you must pay your bills on time. Okay. You can't negotiate with these insurance companies about, when you're going to pay your insurance. And these are going to be $1,300, $1,500, $1,800 monthly payments that they expect you to pay on time. It's not going to be a whole bunch of leeway. The same thing with the financing company. It's different with your personal auto. You really don't need that car. You can send it back and, drive a hoopty. They know you need your truck. They know that's a business vehicle. They're not going to play around about their money. So if you're a person that does not like to pay your bills, trucking might be something that you might want to think twice about. The rental companies, they want their weekly rental fee. They're not going to wait. They might give you a day or two to get your stuff together, but after that, trust and believe they're going to be trying to come get their truck. It's so many people that need rental trucks right now. So if you can't pay your bills, expect to feel that pressure for them wanting that truck back so they could give it to somebody else who can pay their bills, and we make good money in trucking it, but money management is something totally different. So I'm just going to tell you guys, that's my 6th tip. You must pay your bills, to be successful as a box truck owner operator. They're not going to play with you. So with that being said, that's my 6 things. Okay. You must be able to operate your truck safely in various conditions under stressful circumstances. Okay. You must have patience. You must learn how to be on time. You must watch your numbers, your rate per mile, your cost per mile, your deadhead miles. Okay. You must constantly educate yourself and stay on top of DOT compliance. And finally, you must pay your bills on time to be successful as a box truck owner, operator. Okay, so there you guys have it. I'm not gonna hold you guys long. I just wanted to get this information out to you guys because I know it's a bunch of people looking to enter into the box truck game or trucking in general. And I just want to let you guys know what you're facing and what you need to be on top of to be successful. So with that being said, as usual, you guys stay safe, take it easy, and have a good one. Appreciate you.